Yeah, Wonka was a big surprise to me, man. So this is directed by Paul King, and armed with nothing but a hatful of dreams, young chocolatier Willy Wonka manages to change the world one delectable bite at a time. That's a synopsis. This is a musical film, so I want to let you know that. It's a lot of music in here, so it's a bit different than the. I know we had a couple of musical numbers in the original Wonka with the Oompa Loompas and the, there's a couple, but this has a lot. You know what I'm saying? And starring Timothy Chalamet as the young Willy Wonka. We also get Hugh Grant's in this, Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean. We get Sally Hawkins in here as well. She plays Wonka's mother. We also get Olivia Colman. Cola Lane plays Noodle, and she steals so much scenes, bro. She's going to be a talent one day, man. She's one to watch. And Keegan-Michael Key pops up in this. Matthew, can't see the rest of his name. Matthew Bainton. We also got Patterson Joseph, man. Crazy great in this thing, man. And
I'm just
and
looking at sorry about disturbing you. I had to look up the director's name because it sounded familiar. And this guy did the 2 Paddington movies.
Yeah. Yeah, including Paddington 2.
Yeah, that's
yeah, we also get Tom Davis and just a bunch of other people. Natasha Rothwell, you might have seen her from the Insecure series. Just a lot of smaller characters, but I'll give you a little bit more setup. So Wonka is just fresh into town, and he has no money, but he's got his chocolates and stuff, and he's planning to start his own chocolate shop. So immediately upon getting in town, he needs a place to stay for the night, and one of the characters talks him into, getting a room at this shady hotel. So he goes to the hotel. It's interesting, signs his life away. And basically, he didn't know it, but he's basically signing himself into indentured servitude until he could pay off the incredible debt of the services that he's used at this hotel, with crazy interest and all that. So pretty much he's captive, man. So this is where he meets Noodle, who's also a captive, and a bunch of other people in this film. They're captive workers. And it's great. So they're like, well, we're stuck, man. We got to work until whatever to pay this off. And some of them have been in there like 20 years, bro. It's crazy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But he's determined. He's like, man, F this. Let me get out of here. So he, figures out a way. He's inventive. He's got his inventions and stuff and all that stuff, and along with his chocolate. But he figures out a way so that they can speed up their work. So automate a lot of it. And while that's going on, he sneaks out into the city during the day to try to get his chocolate off, And this is where the thing is. It's so fun, man. It's just a fun, imaginative, good time. But meantime, there's a chocolate cartel, in this town, and they don't like this new guy coming in with vastly superior chocolates and recipes. And I think this film, it goes from there, man. Eventually, he gets to the point where he's opening the shop and all that. But I think there's just such cool small moments, man. I love the relationship with him and Noodle, because he's the new guy in town, but she's kind of like she represents the inmate that's been there. Even though she's a kid, the veteran, but she knows the ropes, and she helps him, get established in his town, helps him fight against the chocolate cartel and all that. I love the other prisoners of the hotel. Those guys are cool, man. Played by this cool cast, man. I think, actually Jim Carter is one of them too, man. He's great. Just watching these really skilled actors acting back to back with the newcomers, man, because the casting on this thing is so brilliant, man. There's so many people in here I haven't seen, but then there's so many people I have seen, and it's just great seeing this mishmash, man. Like this is one of them films, man. I know people, some people harp on this wokeness in the film industry. You go woke, you go broke. But honestly, man, looking at what they've achieved in this film with the diversity, with the combining the old with like this thing is a hit, man. And it just shows the potential you can get when you really do cast for the best people you can get on the screen. And that includes everybody, man. And this thing, it's beautiful, man. Like even the music works. Whereas a lot of musicals, I feel like the songs are there and they kind of just have one note, but the writing of these songs is great because it actually advances the plot along. It's not like just a loop of, oh, I'm falling in love. No, there's intricate details. Like one of my favorite scenes is when the cartel themselves they have their own song, and they're talking about how they're going to take out on Wonka, and Kikamuku Key, he's the town cop that's corrupt that they're paying off. So they're actually singing to him about how they want him to help them get Wonka out of town, man. And it's just one of the funniest, coolest, like I'm watching this thing, like 15 minutes in, Courtney, I'm telling you, I'm watching this and I'm like, yo, this shit is working, bro. Like, it's working. Like, it's like, I was in, man. I was so in, man. And it's funny because there's some goofy stuff, man, because like they're bribing Keegan's they're bribing his character with chocolate. so there's a part where you catch up with him later in the movie, and he's put on like 30 pounds, bro. And you're just like, this is crazy. And he just keeps getting bigger through the whole movie, man. And he's good. He's underused, man, I think in a lot of movies. But to see him, he was so perfectly cast, man, because he just disappears into this role. And it's just a good time, dude. This is one of my favorite times at the movies this year, dude. No bull.
My sister and my niece and two of my nephews saw it a couple of days ago and really liked it, but I just hadn't got a chance to watch it. Even though I was off last week, I got one of those moods to where I didn't really want to leave the house. I thought I was, settled in, and then I really hadn't been dealing with crowds that much, the last couple of years in the theaters. But like my AMC has been crowded the last couple, days.
Yeah, everybody's on break, or they were, I think it's over now. The break's over.
Everybody was home. But it's, it was, and I'm kind of happy to see this for the film industry, for theater industry or whatever, and film industry, but. I just want it quiet again. But I intend on seeing this Monday and probably Night Swim. Those two films I kind of plan on watching.
I think it's the biggest movie recently. Right now, worldwide, they're looking at 388 million. And I think, man, that's the thing. Like, Chalamet does a great job. It's not like, I feel like he's not Gene Wilder, but his charisma level is really high, bro, especially to be playing this young version. He could have easily just imitated or try to pull an imitation of Gene Wilder, but I feel like this is his own version of Wonka, and it feels like a different time period of Wonka than, he's confident for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? It's great to see that, like that spirit of that character still remains, but he's not as good as Wilder. Like I feel like if how old do you think Wilder was in Chocolate Factory? How old would that character be? Maybe 40? Like a 40-year-old Wilder coming to this town?
He was younger. He was younger than that. I'll look it up.
What, 35?
You kind of assume that he might have been in his 40s.
They're saying he was around, I'm looking up, they said he was around 47 years old. Gene Wilder was 38 when he played the character. I just feel like a 47-year-old Wonka would have rolled into this situation and took over way different. First of all, he wouldn't have got conned by the hotel people. So it's interesting. Even though, like I said, at the essence, this guy, he has Wonka's confidence, but he doesn't have Wonka's experience and wisdom, like that version of him. You could just tell, like it's just difference that time gives you and experience gives you. And it's just fun seeing that, unwind. And like I said, it's an original story. It's not like an adaptation, so that's kind of fun. But for them to still make it feel like something that's connected to that world, and that, I think that's amazing that they pulled this off.
I really was going to dismiss this film until I kind of saw Timothée Chalamet in a couple other films. That dude has some range.
That dude's good, man.
Blows it all. And I know you don't like Dune, but I really like him in Dune. But I really didn't take him as a serious actor until I saw Bones and All.
I think he had more to do in Bones and All than Dune. Like maybe Dune Part 2 will give his character more to work with, but I think Bones and All definitely, like you said, the range and the stuff that character had to do and the way he was living. Yeah, like that. That's a slept-on movie, man.
And I've seen him in one or two other things to where it kind of, I didn't know. Really, he's a way better actor than I thought he was.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good in this.